A horrific crash in Imperial County leaves 13 people dead. The details, the investigation, and CHP's investigation to figure out exactly what happened.
Restaurants and gyms in San Diego County will need to keep their operations outside for at least another week. How close our county came to making it into the red tier.
For the first time since her son's murder more than a year ago, an Imperial Beach mother is opening up about her loss, the mystery surrounding her son's killing, and her plea for clues.
ABC 10 News at 6 starts now.
It's an image that's misleading. One SUV, one big rig smashed into each other. This crash killed at least 13 people, injured as many more. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. That crash was so devastating because CHP says there were more than 24 people packed into that SUV. We have team coverage on the story. We start at the scene of the crash in the small town of Holtzville with our ABC 10 News reporter, Mimi Alcala.
We're on State Route 115 in Norrish Road, where CHP officers have been working since early this morning trying to piece together what exactly caused this crash that killed so many.
Everyone in the vehicle was injured to some extent.
So here is what we know so far. At about 6:15 this morning, for unknown reasons, CHP officers say the maroon Ford Expedition carrying 25 people and that big rig hauling 2 trailers crashed at the intersection. CHP officers tell us the Expedition was westbound in the intersection as the big rig was headed northbound. The impact of the crash so strong, 12 people in the Expedition were killed on scene, including the driver, who we've learned is from Mexicali. Another passenger later died at the hospital. Now, the survivors were also taken to multiple hospitals in the surrounding areas. The ages of the injured and the deceased victims range from 15 to 53.
The fire department had to cut the right front seat out of the vehicle to help extricate people from the vehicle. And in examining that after they've done that, we do see that there are not seats in the rest of the vehicle. Why that is so, we don't know.
The 69-year-old driver of the big rig survived but had moderate injuries and is being treated at a hospital. The investigation is still ongoing. Officers are working on identifying the victims and notifying their families. Reporting in Imperial County, Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
All right, as Mimi said, that crash involved an early 2000s Ford Expedition. CHP says there were 25 people packed into it, but Ford specifications say, depending on its features, the Expedition can only safely carry up to 8 or 9 people. Those early models only have front impact airbags for the driver and the front passenger. Crash test ratings show the Expedition did well with frontal crashes, but there is little information about how it tested on side and rear crashes. Our team coverage on this crash continues with our ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura. We know that some of the victims were sent to San Diego hospitals. Anthony.
Steve, we know at least 6 patients were taken to San Diego hospitals. 4 of them are here at UC San Diego Health in Hillcrest. Another 2 are at Scripps Mercy, which is about a half mile from where we are. Now, here's what the hospitals are saying at this point. Scripps Health says they received the 2 patients from Pioneers Memorial Hospital stemming from that crash. One is a male teenager and the other an adult female. Both arrived by air transport. Scripps Health did not provide an update on injuries or conditions. Meanwhile, UC San Diego Health has 4 patients at the Level 1 Trauma Center in Hillcrest. Now, keep in mind, not all hospitals are equipped with a Level 1 Trauma Center. The centers often take patients with severe injuries requiring advanced and complex treatment. The patients with UC San Diego Health were received from El Centro Regional Medical Center. Doctors there had said the patients that were brought to them from the crash this morning had a range of injuries, including life-threatening head injuries and life-threatening chest injuries. Now, UC San Diego Health did not release any ages of the patients or their conditions at this time. Of course, we will keep you updated with any developments. We're reporting live tonight. Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
Anthony, thank you. And one Navy sailor was killed, 5 others injured in a chain reaction crash near Camp Pendleton. The crash happened just before 7 o'clock this morning. 5 trucks were headed south on the 5 when the convoy started slowing down. That led to a chain reaction crash. The trailer on one truck was pushed forward, killing the driver. The Navy says the trucks were stationed at Naval Base Ventura. They were coming to Pendleton to pick up gear that was used in an exercise here.
As more California counties get the green light to move into less restrictive tiers, San Diego County had just missed the cut. That means indoor dining and gyms are on hold for at least another week. Our ABC 10 News anchor Vanessa Van Hefty explains how close we are to moving into the next tier.
Restaurants still waiting to return to the days of pre-COVID. Jeff Petros Harbor Island restaurants ready for indoor dining.
Just that social interaction with everybody. Everybody is that's the part we're missing.
But San Diego County will wait a minimum of 3 weeks longer. Tuesday, Governor Gavin Newsom announcing 7 California counties, including Napa, San Francisco, and San Luis Obispo, will join the red tier, which loosen reopening restrictions. Under the red tier, indoor dining could be allowed at 25% capacity. It also means indoor gyms can open indoors at 10% capacity. Museums, zoos, and aquariums at 25%. Curfews would also be lifted. The governor speaking of Palo Alto, where schools are slowly reopening.
7 counties now moving into less restrictive tiers. As of today, we're tracking an additional 12 counties that we likely anticipate they'll be moving to less restrictive tiers.
San Diego on that watch list. As of Tuesday, San Diego County at a case rate of 10.8. 7.0 or below is required for 2 straight weeks. Then on the 3rd week of 7.0, we would move to the red tier. Supervisor Nathan Fletcher telling 10 News we are heading in the right direction and leading the state with vaccine rollouts, saying we are seeing more school openings and know we are on the right path to a lower tier. Making progress, but San Diego restaurants, gyms, and more remain on hold. Vanessa Van Hefty, ABC 10 News.
And today, Governor Newsom said the state had administered more than 300,000 vaccines in just the last 48 hours. Here are our latest numbers as well. 376 new cases were reported today. That pushes our total to 261,000, just over it. But the county also says that 14 more people have died, more than 3,300 now since the pandemic began.
UC San Diego says the Petco Park Vaccination Superstation will reopen tomorrow. The health system says about 4,000 people will receive their second doses of the Moderna vaccine. The Petco site has been closed since Saturday because of a shortage in Moderna vaccines. UC San Diego says this site will be open at least through Thursday, could stay open longer depending on vaccine availability. Teachers across San Diego County are now getting vaccinated as they prepare to head back to the classroom. But some teachers who have been back in the class for months say they're being put at the end of the line. The state has divided the county into 4 regions based on risk. And right now, teachers in regions 3 and 4 are eligible for the vaccine. Teachers in regions 1 and 2 have to wait for now. The County Office of Education says prioritizing vaccines based on areas hardest hit by the virus makes the most sense.
It allows us to move forward with school opening in kind of an organized way instead of a few people here and there getting vaccinated.
The county sets aside 20% of its doses for people who work in education. And we know there are a lot of questions and different experiences with the vaccine rollout. Our ABC 10 News in-depth team is committed to tracking down answers and sharing your stories. Just send us an email to tips@10news.com.
San Diego County residents struggling with their rent can now apply for assistance. The county has about $100 million in state and federal funding to distribute. To qualify, a person must be at risk of homelessness or housing instability. You must not be receiving other forms of housing subsidies, and you must earn less than 80% of the area's median income. Applications are on the county's website.
It's been a beautiful day, but this warm weather and sunny skies will give way to some needed rain. ABC 10 News weather anchor Melissa Masiha joining us now with a look at the system that's headed our way. Melissa?
Yeah, Kim, we had a warm start to the week, but I know many people enjoying those sunny conditions. Of course, like you said, we definitely need the rain. So we take a live look at Mount Laguna. Mount Laguna is one of the places where we could actually see some snow within the next 24 hours. Our rain futurecast showing that we're going to start to see the rain by late tomorrow morning. by about 4:30 along the coast, we could see areas getting at least half an inch. When all is said and done, we're looking about close to an inch west of the mountains, potentially even more in our mountains. But again, this storm is going to move in quickly and move out quickly. Wednesday is the day for the rain, and then by Thursday, we're going to start drying out already. Not only are we dealing with the rain, but also the winds. We have gusty conditions expected by tomorrow, by the middle of the week. So if you're going to be traveling, if you do have to hit the roadways, you definitely want to be extra careful because windy conditions coupled with the wet roadways, not a good combination here. Our current conditions right now in downtown. It is beautiful there. 63 degrees currently in downtown. Of course, we're talking about the rain, but it is going to warm up after that. We'll pinpoint all of that coming up in our 7-day forecast. Kim, Steve.
All right, Mel, thank you. San Diego's new community energy provider will soon power all of the city's facilities with renewable energy. San Diego Community Power officially came online yesterday. So people who opt for the community provider, they can choose to get either half or all of their energy from renewable sources. Today, San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria said he was committing the city's properties to 100% renewables. The mayor says the move will help the city meet its climate action goals sooner. And San Diego County is about to stop charging inmates in jail for phone and video calls. Today, county leaders unanimously voted to do away with the practice. Advocates say a 30-minute call from the San Diego County Jail can cost almost $10. Until today, San Francisco had the only California county that did not charge for those jail calls.